Chicago's very own 9 o'clock news.
Good evening. It has been another 24 hours of confusion and turmoil in China. Thousands of foreigners, many of them students and tourists, are now pouring out of China on the advice of their governments, and that includes the U.S. government. The U.S. State Department has ordered dependents of U.S. officials and non-essential diplomatic personnel out of the country. American businesses have stepped up their evacuations of non-Chinese personnel as well. There's been no major military action, but some scattered gunfire. In one instance, Chinese troops are reported to have shot and killed 4 people today near the Beijing airport. Witnesses say it is not clear why the soldiers fired on the 4. One of the victims was a junior high school student riding to class on his bicycle.
Mayor Daley is asking Chicagoans to show their support for the Chinese citizens who are seeking democratic reforms during a rally on Friday. And Chinese students on university campuses in and around Chicago are holding forums to explain to Americans why the political climate has become so volatile in that country. Muriel Claire reports.
Mayor Daley met with 6 students currently attending area universities. Afterwards, he called for a rally in support of the people in China at noon Friday in Daley Plaza. The mayor also wants all city churches to ring their bells at 12:15 Friday as a show of solidarity.
All of us are deeply saddened by the story they tell, the personal stories they tell, and by the details I've seen in the news media in the last week. And the fight for freedom is what made the United States strong. So like most Americans, I understand their struggle for democracy that sent the Chinese people into the streets.
Chinese students at the University of Chicago and their American counterparts gathered at the university's Hutchinson Court for a forum on the upheaval in Beijing.
Things change so quickly in China that now no one dares to predict what will happen next month, next day, or even next hour.
The Chinese students admitted they are receiving only as much information about the crisis in their homeland as anyone else through the media. But in terms of background and history, they did contribute much to the forum.
It's told me a little bit more than I knew before, and I think it's also positive in that